Wednesday Night with Those Guys, and Wednesday Night with Those Guys is sponsored by those guys. Welcome everyone to Wednesday Night with Those Guys. And as you know, Wednesday Night with Those Guys is sponsored by those guys.
Those guys.
And this is where we talk about everything in the drone world and promote the use of. So what's going on, everyone out there? How is your week been going so far? How is your Wednesday? I hope everyone's out there been able to get out and fly. I hope everyone has been enjoying the day. We've had decent weather here today, even though it's been very windy, not good to fly. It is a nice day. The sun is out, but it's just not a good day to fly. We got wind here for the next couple of days, I believe. Unless you're flying something huge, you can't fly it in this wind.
Something huge with a jet engine on it?
Yeah, probably. Well, what's going on with you, Lawrence?
I'm good, man. I'm good. It's Wednesday, and we got a few people popping in. It's Wednesday, and I'm ready to go. Yeah, seriously.
Who we got here? Who we got there? Oh, Chad B's here. I see. Well, it was a Quinn Dynasty was here. Right? First?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Chad. Huh?
No, I was just asking everyone how they're doing.
Yeah, how are you guys out there? Bob Casey, Bill, Chin Dynasty, Chad B, Northside, Dominic from Australia. Good morning, sir. How are you? SJM Drones and those guys. The crowd of people is slowly starting to come in.
Yeah.
SJM as well with you guys.
Well, I hope everyone's been able to, like I said earlier, get out and fly. Hey, One Vision Aerial, what's going on, man? Bob Casey, what's good? No, I was saying I hope everyone's been able to get out and fly and enjoy, because we've had rain here, I know, for the last few days, and now we got wind, so this is not a good week for us here.
This is not good. I changed the color on my stream. My stream deck had an update. So it wiped my custom icons. So to put them back, I tried changing the letter. Now, except for where I know certain buttons are.
Yeah.
I can't read this shit.
You got to get your glasses out.
There we go.
Binoculars.
Oh, stop. Okay, here we go. It was when you were saying that the weather was bad, Steven, what's good? When you were saying the weather was bad, gonna go,
but you couldn't.
But I couldn't see the button. Now I can see the button. But I don't. All right.
You know what's funny about that? Over at Microset, I don't know if they still have it. They had this keyboard. I kid you not. It must have been like this big, man. This keyboard. And the buttons on it, you could see them from the ceiling.
Wow.
There's no.
I remember you telling me, hey, JC.
There's no missing those. It's like you could just hit him with a fist.
It is my first keyboard.
That's what it was like, but it was for computer. It was real keyboard.
I believe it. Matt Bagwell, how are you, sir? Hope everyone's well.
A lot of people coming in here.
I'd like to say one thing real quick, Herman. I would like to apologize. I have not put out any videos. I've barely even flown for the year, but I haven't put out any videos in FPV. I haven't put out any camera drone videos, and it's basically because I'm too damn busy. Well, you know what we're trying to do. We're busy.
Yeah, but you had a lot of issues that you got. It's more important to take care of than.
Yeah, that too. There are some family issues going on. Also, but it's already freaking March, man, and I have not put out a video for the year. That's sad. Man, you want to hear something funny, guys? You know how everybody's grinding to freaking life first. That's true about Casey. You know how everybody's grinding to get subscribers in YouTube's? I haven't put out a video for the freaking year. The last video I put out, I think, was in December or late December. And I'm gaining, averaging a subscriber, two
YouTube will take
subscribers a
that
week,
away.
2 subscribers a week, and somebody's watching my videos. So I
YouTube,
don't, maybe I'm doing better when I'm doing nothing than I was freaking putting out a video every week.
YouTube will take that away now.
Shh, not so fast.
You already mentioned it.
Yeah, I know. It's too late, right? You know what it is? Hey, what's up, Matt? Irvin, how are you, man? Hope all is well. But the point I'm making is I have my hand in so many pots, and then there's family matters that are going on. For those you, we're still going live next week, right? Where's one of my 2 phones?
One of his 2 phones.
We're still going live.
He's bougie like that now. He's got 2 phones.
Stop. You know the conditions we under.
Look at him. He got 2 phones.
You know the conditions. Next week, Wednesday. Now, here's how my schedule is. Monday I have to work. Tuesday I have to get an endoscopy. Wednesday morning I have to go to a funeral. Wednesday afternoon we have to do the live stream. And then Thursday I got an excuse not to answer my phone at all. So that Thursday and Friday I don't have. We got to do those guys shit. Because Saturday and Sunday I'm doing none but playing video games and eating buffalo wings. I'm dead ass. I have to, dude, I've been running, you know what I've been running around like a headless chicken.
We have to go over to that.
To that site that's coming out of the ground. Yeah. I want to do that as soon as possible. Tomorrow I'm coming over so we can talk about that. But anyways, I just wanted to apologize.
Yeah. No, you know, it's
Plan B.
I don't know if they had I didn't even cross reference to check it to see if it was on their site. But I was on LinkedIn and I would notice that was it Pix4D had it a thing about their mapping software?
Yes.
Pix4D, was it hashtag Pix4D mapper? Users, mapper users save up to 75%.
You have sharing on? No.
Oh, you know it's funny. I always
No, last week you got me. You had it on. I was like, wow. What is that? Hashtag what? Hashtag Pix.
Oh, Pix4D mapper.
4D.
It was in the in that same link in the article I sent you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pix4D mapper, photogrammetry software.
Yeah.
It's fun. All right. It's the same thing I had up. Keep going.
Right.
I'm sorry.
For their users, they're saying it's up to what, 70%? They can save up to 70% on the I guess their software.
Yes. Which is
because I remember someone was asking about drone deploy.
Mm-hmm.
And
that was Ray of Sunshine, I think, last weekend.
Yes, and I was like, I don't know. I thought that drone deploy was nice, but I just thought that Pix4D was a little bit more versatile.
As far as what I have seen also, it seems a little more flexible. Now, drone deploy is industry standard. Pix4D, I think, is industry standard as well. It's in the top 5 or top 3 of them. You usually hear drone deploy and Pix4D and 1 or 2 others.
Well, you know, was that Maps Made Easy is starting to, you know, make its way, but I've heard of it from only a couple of people.
Okay.
I've never
Well,
had a chance to see how it works or anything.
well, they're offering also on their site, and that's why I pulled this up. They have a
Mhm.
bundled limited time offer for their Pix
That
4D
is what they're
mapper.
talking about then. Yeah, that's
Yes,
it.
yes, on their actual website, but they actually have a demo
Mhm.
that you can download from what I see, but they're pushing their Pix 4D mapper
Mhm.
on it. So they have a whole setup. They have their own cloud servers. You can look at stuff in real time. As far as I know, right here,
Yeah.
here's the link. Here's the link. You said 70% off, right? So if you go to pricing,
Well, they say save 70%. They don't say they're going to take it off. I don't know how they give it to you.
all right, well, save 70%, I guess, because it's generally $291 US dollars a month. So basically $300 a month. If you're not into mapping or you're trying to find out about mapping, anytime one of these guys has something, see sale bundles. Let's see what they have. Anytime these guys have something, if we find out about it, we can bring it up. Oh, bundle. We're talking yearly price. They're giving you Pix 4D Matic and Pix 4D Survey.
That's actually not that bad.
For $4,000 a year. Yeah.
And
there's a 3-year license. You know what?
Because if you check out what they asked for that, just that mapper.
Yeah.
Or just the yeah.
Well, we have the page here. They actually have a demo. I don't know how long the demo is, but here's the link to pix4d.com. Hey, Corey, what's good? If you're thinking about getting into mapping and you're not sure, I suggest you do some reading about it. Try to find
I
what
still
will
take a
fit.
course.
Yeah. Basically, yes, take a course.
You
Because
know,
you just download this program and expect to know how to use it. You have to, I'm talking people that may be doing some small mapping and want to expand.
your mic cord, right? It's not loose or anything.
No, why?
I don't know, because you keep like doing sometimes.
That may just be the damn internet. But there's their site. They have a try it for free button. You hit try for free. It says Pix 4D software suite. What happened?
No, now your audio sounds different.
It's probably my internet. Every time I do something, I've been having issues. Why not?
Okay.
But this is, if you go to their site, they have in a little section right here that says try for free. Anytime someone has something to try for free, try it. No, not necessarily, because I'm not saying try a ghost pepper or anything like that, but hold on.
Well, if you are into that, I mean.
Right, if you want to see what mapping's about and you try other mapping software, you might want to check out this trial right here. Find out what specific software solutions are available, and those guys is in no way, shape, or form getting paid for this. This is not a paid endorsement.
Oh, no, I just saw it and thought somebody else might be interested in it.
Yeah, that's why we bring it up. Surveying and mapping, download now. Pix 4D Catch turns mobile devices. Okay, so that's your mobile device you can use your phone for. And then capture 3D mapping and modeling with compatible with a DJI and Parrot multicopter. So you could Pix 4D capture. Hey, you've never done a 3D map before, take a quick course or YouTube it or anything. And then they have the mapper here, which is start your 15-day trial. You need a desktop, of course. They offer you a few things: 2D outputs, 3D outputs, and analytics.
Okay.
So if I hit learn more, it'll take you to that page. Like I said, try for free. There's not a whole lot for free in the world. You get 15 days.
And like
we find stuff like this.
Just decide whether you like it or not. I mean, hey.
Yeah, pretty much.
pretty much. What's up, Corey? I know you're not flying today. You're too damn.
What's up?
That's Corey from Brooklyn.
Yeah. What's up,
Oh,
Corey?
okay. JC, I started. Yeah, see, JC
What happened?
Flying started with drone link maps made easy, and he's not complaining about what he's made. He assures you, be careful with the word survey. Survey is
Yeah.
completely different from mapping and modeling. Yeah, survey, you gotta have accurate numbers down to
And
meters, 10 centimeters, something like that.
You have to have a surveyor's license to do survey.
Yes.
Or working for a licensed company. Lawrence, I keep hearing and I keep seeing these dang pictures of this Inspire 3. It's almost like it's out already.
You would think, right?
With all of the pictures. I don't know. Well, so I heard, and I actually seen it because I put the Twitter post from your boy over there at the DJI's marketing and promotions team deals. Yeah, they flip-flopped it. They roll dice. Whichever one comes out first, you put it out, I'll put it out. You know, they roll dice in the office.
Yeah.
It's like an office thing. They yeah, so they put it out. Yeah, they put out these pictures now. So according to the sources, said that they're looking at what, early April, they're saying.
Yeah.
There should be an announcement early April. They also flashed some props, a picture of the portion of the props, and they said that those were supposedly from the Inspire 3.
Yeah, I'm actually pulling it up right now. I just needed to.
I don't know. And it's funny because
foldable props. And keep in mind, the Inspire 1 and the Inspire 2 had 15-inch props.
Right.
So now these are foldable. They lock in like most foldable props do. I'm grunting because I don't know if I'd want foldable props on a bird that big. But if they come in handy. I know people who have hit things with foldable props. I've done it with my FPV and was able to keep flying.
Well, I'll tell you this, Lawrence. I'll tell you this. They've done testing with these props on this drone. And I'm quite sure that they understand what the drone needs to do. You know, they're the experts at it.
Yeah.
What I do know, and from, you know, as far as the folding props are concerned, and I was checking out this thing with we're talking about like helicopters and planes and propellers and stuff like that. And the ability to move that prop, to have that, is there's always going to be some movement in that foldable section of the prop, whether you know it or not. That prop's ability to do that, to give that slight ability to, is actually, they say it helps cut down on the noise. That stiff prop that was on like the Phantoms,
they make more noise.
Yes, because of the fact that they're so stiff and they're only going to spin. They don't have any flexibility in it but whatsoever that is in the prop itself. Other than that, the prop would shatter if it didn't. My beer is freezing in this mug. Oh, that means the beer was too cold before you put it in there. Oh, that's what that means? The mug that freezes the outside? Yeah. Yeah, that's what happens. The beer was cold before you put it in there. Well, what do you think? What do you think's happening? Do you think you think April? You're saying you think April? They've been talking about this thing for so long, pushing pictures on this thing for for a couple of years now. I mean, damn it, come out already now. I'm quite sure it's on the way
No.
because if you go to DJI's online store,
Yeah.
it's damn sold out on the 2, and I don't think it's coming back. I mean, they do have a couple of packages left, but as far as the buying it outright, like they don't show that you can get it. I know this is done. You know, and if you look at the videos that guys are putting out, and you listen to, you know, we spoke with those guys from the FDNY, and
Yeah.
when you start getting into certain New York City, as much as we've had fun with the Light Bridge and the Light Bridge 2, there's certain close places that
Come on, say get it out.
putting it is not really in the great place to put it. Like, you saw what happened to another guy that shall remain nameless right now when he took his Phantom up in that close proximity to those buildings in Manhattan, and I guess it lost signal and everything went.
They call it multipathing.
Right. That is the
multipathing.
major problem that they have with that system. So
yes, with Light Bridge.
With Light Bridge. So when that's because I remember with the fire department, and
if you guys want
that's one of their biggest issues and concerns. So they have to have things that work right. But regardless of that, but you know, we were talking about that. That's one of the problems that I've seen the guys saying now with using the Inspire in certain areas and around certain conditions.
I wanted to read this. I wanted to read this to you guys because I don't know if you understand exactly what GPS multipathing is. And we run into multipathing when flying FPV, or I used to. But GPS multipathing is errors caused when a satellite signal reaches the receiver from 2 or more paths, one directly from the satellite and the other reflected from a nearby building or other surfaces. Now, the reason I wanted to go into multipathing is because if you guys know, here in New York, there are lots of buildings. And what happens is, if your drone, I have to pull my camera up so I can see myself. If your drone is next to a building, and there's a building here, your drone is receiving a signal from the satellite, it's receiving a signal from the radio, and that same satellite signal is also hitting your drone and bouncing off of the building. And you could, somebody's calling me out the window. And what happens is your drone can actually pick up the wrong signal. So left can turn right, right can turn left, forward could be back. So if you pull back, you might drive forward into the building. That's a view chaser. That's what multipathing does. It confuses the receiver and your GPS.
You've seen that around the buildings in Long Island City
and yes, if you've never flown, if you've never flown near a structure, what'll happen is your drone will be pulled into the building almost like a magnet, and that has to do a little bit with multipathing.
It doesn't always happen.
True.
But it can happen.
Yes.
Because I had an incident happen with a glass building where the drone lost signal and headed straight for this glass building.
Yep.
And
that was the day you became a sprinter.
It stopped.
I wish you had that footage loaded.
Oh, I didn't know I was going to tell us, but the drone stopped because it went up to 400 feet and started to, it went up to 400 feet and started to return home, but the building was in its way.
The building was higher than 400 feet, right?
Yeah. So the drone stopped at the building and then went up and went over the building.
And meanwhile, he failed to mention, while all of this was going on, he was running around the building like a sprinter
No,
to see what happened.
no, that
That
was
was
not too long after I had the surgery, so I was hopping
oh well,
around the building.
yeah. But if you don't know about multipathing, it has to do with like flying around buildings like this around me. Between the metal, your satellite signal, KP index, which I believe is a crucial factor also. I believe it has a little to do.
I don't think so. Not much, if at all.
Not much.
I flew, what was it, a couple of weeks ago, we had that high KP, and I sent you the down. Look at the KP.
That's true.
And then who was it?
Yes, for in a cold ground situation.
Steven did a video on that. With the
Flying under high KP.
I thought I would have a problem with it. You know, I was surprised, as bad as that building, the condition of that building, the roof was intact.
Really?
Yeah. Like, this building's been abandoned for years. They finally closed up the windows. But when I went up to look at the roof was intact.
Really?
How the hell did that happen?
I honestly cannot tell you, man. But I hope you guys out there have had a chance to fly. We have not here in New York. The wind, like 50 miles per hour yesterday.
Terrible. Yeah, it was worse today, probably.
It probably was.
Yeah, but I like I said, I expect the Inspire to be coming. It should be coming. But you know what?
I hope it does, because there are a lot of people that like the Inspire.
Right. Well, they would like to get a new one to do some of the old, the same shooting that they were doing, like
with the older ones, right? And like
right.
Rich fails, you put this baby on OcuSync 3 Plus, and you put it out with a smart controller. I could see that.
It'll probably be out with that new smart controller that they have.
Yeah, exactly.
With the bigger screen and stuff like that.
Hey, Flying Flynn Media, how are you?
Flying Flynn, what's up? Who else is it? Akarasho, what's up, man? And who is this? Is that Gary? Yeah. Oh man, Gary, what's up, baby? Long time no see. I didn't see you in a minute, Gary.
Gary was here for a little bit. I thought you heard when I said what's up. Your window must be that far back. What?
What do you mean?
I don't know. I have this delay thing going on here. I believe
it's slightly delayed, but you might have to refresh it. But yeah, it is a slight delay on it.
It used to be 5 to 7 seconds. As of late,
know what, Lawrence?
the like button, guys, please.
I was trying to. I have the family thing there that I got to do over the weekend and then we have something to do also. But the thing that is really stopping me from making it to the South Florida drone meetup is that
Come on, get it out.
I want to make sure I pronounce this properly.
You guys,
Heisha.
I say Heisha.
Heisha.
Hey, Heisha.
Yeah, it's a Chinese company that specializes in they manufacture drone-in-the-box solutions.
Yes, but this is the best drone-in-a-box solution ever.
And they happen to have something that they've developed that they claim could fit on any car. So I'm gonna get this installed on my car.
You heard it here
the
first.
new Heisha DCap Pro.
Yes.
Fits on any car, right? They say, and it is IP55 rated, right? and it'll launch any DJI drone.
Yep.
It'll launch your DJI drones from this thing, and it's autonomous, like one click feature. Why don't you just hit the button and set it up, and it'll launch when it's time for it to launch.
Temperature controlled.
Yeah, it's temperature controlled, right? Yeah, it's air conditioned, all of that's good stuff like that. And like I said, it'll charge, they claim, the Mavic 3 batteries in like
Yes.
40 minutes.
Yep, here you go. Mavic 3 right here, telephoto lens. In case you didn't see that, you can watch it one more time. Yes,
Yeah.
they do have this for all vehicles, and this is why we are not going down to South Florida drone meetup. Herman wants to get this. Well, not true. We
No,
also
I'm just joking. I have
those
something
guys,
that I can't get
those
out.
guys, aerials.
I would
has
like to
a
have
job
this
to
on the
take
car,
care
though.
of. If we take care of those guys' aerial job around that time, and we wind up in South Florida at the last minute,
Mhm.
when we get back home, I'm sure Herman will buy one.
No, this would be nice. I don't know. I don't even know if they're selling them right now. I just saw it and thought it was funny, and I
It's
was like,
ingenious, though. It's
yeah.
now you can put it on top of your car, guys. For those guys that like to launch from their car anyway, you got to open up the door and put it on the ground. Salute to Heisha.
Well, it's got a lot of protection on it too, Lawrence. It supposedly has overcharge and
Does it come with the
overcurrent.
Tesla?
No, you
No,
can put it
you
on
gotta have the
any car.
It fits on any car or Jeep.
Yeah, you can put it on any car, and like how he's controlling it there, you can control it. If you don't want to control it from your Samsung television in your car, you can control it from your phone.
Right. But you can launch it. It comes back, self-charging.
Yeah.
Let's see.
It charges.
And I hope.
It's all, and they say it can be all done autonomously. So I don't know.
Yes, with an IP55.
What is it? Yeah,
So it's definitely weatherproof.
Right, you put it in follow me mode, and I guess it'll active track, and I guess it'll active track you.
DJI Mavic 3 battery charged in 40 minutes.
Yeah. Joe Olsen, what's up, man?
It says, hey, Joe Olsen, they say that it can charge most 2 to 14 cell LiPo batteries. Unfortunately, oh wow, including the new, wow, you can use this car deck for all DJI aircraft. The new Mavic 3 Enterprise, the M30 can fit inside it. And that's a tall monster. So
yeah, it's a chubby boy, huh?
and it's also compatible with Autel. Yeah, I know Jeff Norman is in the background somewhere. It's also compatible with Autel, Jeff. Parrot and SkyAngels drones. And Jeff Norman, he should be working for Autel.
Who? Jeff?
Good guy. But just in case you're wondering if it works with Autel, yes, it does. So
who's gonna get one? Who's getting one?
If I had a car, I would get one. But if I had a car,
I'd like to know what they cost. I didn't see a price on it.
No, they did not.
I even went on their site and everything and checked it out. I didn't see a price on it. And who installs it? If I got to go to one of these stereo guys to get that, I'm good.
No.
I'm done. No.
They need to have, once you order that, guys should jump out the box and start putting that shit together.
Who? They got dealers all over the country?
Listen, I don't know.
Right.
I honestly couldn't tell you.
They're gonna mail that thing to you and with a bag of screws and shit for you to put it in yourself. Then you're gonna look up somebody that installs roof racks. And you're gonna get there and he's gonna have a guy in the back that's eating a sandwich.
You see what Gary says? You see what Gary said? If you know what, that would actually be good for mesh flying, Gary. He says, got to get an RV so you can get 5 or 6 of them up on the roof. What do you feel like launching today, Gary? I'll take the Mavic 3 up. While
Oh
you're
boy.
flying that, why don't somebody else take up another bird? Yeah, that's the geek. Yeah, see, Irvin said get the Geek Squad. You know the Geek Squad to put it in, right? Properly.
Yeah, maybe.
The View Chaser says it might be more than a car. I don't think so. I honestly don't think so because you got to
What
figure
happened?
if you're gonna take a drone that starts at about 1700 like the Mavic Pro and it goes all the way up to a drone that like the M30 which is
Hmm.
starts at about 9,000 and goes as high as who
Hmm.
knows what depending on how you get
Depending
it.
on whatever you want.
Right. I'm guessing,
Hmm.
and this is a wild guess because we don't know the price of it. This device here should be in
Cost you in
the
the
price range
thousands.
of about, no, I'd say in a price range of maybe about $3,000. It's just a launching and charging
That's in
system.
the thousands.
Yeah, yeah,
That's what I
yeah.
said.
Right, drone in hashtag drone in a box.
Yeah.
But you said the site.
But they're one of the companies that have been doing this because that's not the only thing that they have. They have other, you know, that barbecue grill style of drone.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what it looks like, man. That's what it looks like. Like that Skydio looks like a friggin' pizza coming out of an oven or something. The way that
True.
thing comes out like that, like out of a mailbox. You
That's
see the
true.
you see the one that they had originally. I thought, well, who was that to put it out? Yeah, they have one. It looks like
Hold
I said,
on.
like a grill. Like you open up the barbecue
I
grill.
got it right here. It's funny you're talking about it. I pulled up this site right here. It's going to come up really quick in a few seconds. Right there. There it is. Looks like a bar, the D50, it's called. The
Yeah.
D50 docking station. And here we go with the Heisha. But they build drones in a box. This is
Well, I
what they
just
do,
saying too, they got a bunch of those ones that look like barbecue grills.
right? Then they have some different ones for the VTOLs for
Yeah.
vertical takeoff, fixed wings. They have a few, and you can automated drone dock and USB quick response solution.
Mm.
Yeah, interesting, interesting. So you were talking about how to protect the
See, look
perimeter
at those
of
red ones right
your
there.
new estate, Herman.
Huh?
You
See,
were
look,
talking about how to protect the perimeter of your new estate. Here we go. See,
my new estate.
phone in a box solutions.
I
Yeah.
wish I did.
But this is Heisha. You want to check out right now? They're pushing. This is their latest unit, DCap vehicle mounted joint.
Yeah. The Pro.
And you said you couldn't find a price,
Get the
huh?
Pro. I didn't
The
see one.
easy remote control, multiple charging solutions. Here's another one: DCap mounted drone dock.
You got to
They,
get the Pro.
oh, you got to get the Pro. You
Yeah.
stupid.
You got to get the Pro. DCap Pro.
Oh, see, here's one. Wait a minute. We didn't see this video. So you guys are seeing it for first here like we are.
What?
Let's see.
That video?
With this particular
That's
one.
old.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Looks like the upside down canoe. Yeah. Oh, yes. This is old. Okay. I'm familiar with this.
Yeah.
And what does it have on here? They have a Mavic 2 Pro. Something
And
Enterprise. This is an Enterprise, definitely, because I
uh-huh.
see the strobe unit on
You
top.
remember this? You remember this one?
Yeah,
This is
yeah,
old.
yeah, yeah. That's a Mavic 2 Pro Enterprise. And it lands itself. It looks a little shaky, but I like the other video. I like the decap. This is a Heisha decap as well, but
Yeah, the
man,
other one is the Pro.
oh, you keep saying the other one's a Pro. You ain't right.
It is.
Yeah,
It's
but
this the DCap Pro.
but we like to share our knowledge with you guys. So if you just want to
Nope.
go and see what the hell, what happens if you roll over your video? No, definitely, Warren.
What happened?
He says, what happens if you have a rollover? Will it protect your drone?
You shouldn't have a rollover.
This is true. You're right.
Drive safely, please.
This is true.
You have baby on board.
Later, John. I see him saying bye.
Drive
JC,
carefully.
later, JC.
Drive carefully. You got baby. You got baby on board.
If you have to ask. Well, it's a good it's a good thing. This is just, keep in mind, we're in the early stages of all of this stuff that's happening. There is so much new tech coming out. At my age, rollover is always a possibility. What do you mean? You roll over in bed? Sometimes that's kind of hard.
Yeah. How you fall asleep with the wheel?
Yeah, Warren, you've got issues.
That's not good, man.
Yeah, this is.
You know what you could do?
Yo, you could still hear me?
Well, you were sounding like you were like over there talking through a can, but we could hear you.
Now you can hear me. My mic, the light was off on it, and I checked it. I checked it.
Jump if there was something wrong with your mic.
I checked it. Warren, the only rolling over you should worry about is in bed. You know, you go to turn over sometime, it's like, just can't.
Something goes pop, like you pull the chicken.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Definitely not good. But Heisha, I salute you guys. They're coming up. They're not the only ones coming out with drone in a box, but as far as for one on top of a car,
well,
everyone was asking.
That I saw.
You ask what happened?
That's the one I saw. That's the one I was talking about. Because I like that. The DCap Pro.
So
you get that. There's got to be a Pro. If it's not the Pro, we don't want it.
So once again, you didn't answer my question. You didn't answer my question. I said, so if we finish that job that's close to the South Florida drone meetup, does that mean we're going to pop up in Florida and go, and then you're going to buy it, or you're just going to buy it?
No, I can't. I can't. Listen, I need a new pair of shoes. No. I have something I can't get out of. That's what it is.
Hey, Catskill Brad.
Or I would say, I'm out.
I know.
You don't think I would rather fly with those guys and hang out with those guys and
eat good food.
You know what's funny? Last year at the South Florida drone meetup.
Yeah.
Who was it? Maddie. Maddie came and he was like, he was taking a collection to get pizza. I was like, who the hell is going to deliver pizza out here to all of us?
Us being from New York, right?
No, but we've ordered pizza to the park already, but
right.
To say like for so many people, that would probably take forever. I know here in New York it would take forever, unless you had it pre-ordered.
Yeah, you're right about that. It wouldn't just show up. You got to pre-order and prepay.
Because in New York, they got so much stuff, so many orders coming in that if you just call them and like, what, 50 pies?
No, that ain't happening.
Bro.
You're right. You're right about that. That's not happening here in New York.
Yeah, okay. Crank somebody else. Click.
Hey, Catskill Brad, I just supported your channel, sir.
Okay.
I get a chance. I will check out some videos. It's kind of hard to do while streaming.
He's up in the Catskills?
I'm imagining so. Okay. Or Maddie has connections, LOL, local guy. I plan on eating some good food too. I was only disappointed. I was only disappointed about one thing, and that was eating seafood. I went down there when me, Dan, Drone Worship, and his boy broke out, and we went and Greg's Whirlybird. We went to go fly some FPV. Dan was like, "Yo, the only way they're gonna let us on that beach is if we spend money, right, in their bar." So we went and we ordered a little something, And then we said, well, we're done. Wiped your mouth with the napkin. Said, we can go out on the beach now? We were like little kids, and we went out and flew to a beach. I should have ate something with seafood. I did not eat anything with seafood while I was down there. And that was the same thing when we went to Rhode Island. I did not eat anything, no one even offered me seafood in Rhode Island. I'm just saying.
You didn't see any seafood restaurants in Rhode Island?
We drove past plenty.
Me too, neither, but I didn't.
We drove past plenty. I'm
Did
sure.
Yeah, we might have. Listen, I was only going to where I was going. I wasn't sightseeing. You know.
Yeah, see, Bob Casey gets it. Big man gots to eat. That's right.
Right, I get
That's
it.
right.
I'm just saying, it's just like I didn't see these places.
Warren is funny. He goes, Dr. Rush, Lawrence goes to Rhode Island and eats McDonald's, dude.
But don't get him started, please. Please don't get him started. Please.
It was an experience there. Oh, please, don't even talk about the steak you had. The 3 steaks you had in one night, and you didn't get to eat a whole one.
Yeah, I did. The last one they gave me was good. I don't know. It might have had a lot of Hakama on it, but I mean,
yeah. What did I?
Listen,
said,
I didn't want to make a
Long
big
Island
deal out
duck.
of it.
John Olson with Long Island duck. No, it's just we went up to Rhode Island. We went to an Italian restaurant, and the first night there, Mark Fisher and his wife were hosts to us from. There was a group of us from New York, and we went to dinner at a place called Spumoli's. Well, coming from New York, you know, the Spumoli's is here in New York and Brooklyn, and my meal and several other dishes that were served at our table were very, very salty. When I say salty, you see Herman taking a swig and looking away. Very, very salty. If the owners of Spumoli in Brooklyn,
Lawrence is scarred for life.
listen, if the owners at Spumoli in Brooklyn had knew they were putting that much salt in their food, they would burn the place down. Everyone else had food. Their food seemed good. Everyone else enjoyed their meals, but they were trying to give me a stroke. I'm sorry. That's what it tastes like. They're trying to give me a pure stroke. But I digress.
Okay.
And that may be why, Warren, I wound up at McDonald's. But that was the first night, and everything else was pretty decent. But that was the first night there.
Okay.
Like I said, at the table, other people did enjoy their meals, but that was another story within itself.
Okay.
Brad has skill. Oh, they're joking with Catskills Brad, and he says Warren goes, Brad has skills killing cats. Cats kill. Warren, you've got issues, man. You got issues. I don't know. Sometimes I worry about you, Warren.
You know,
you must be real fun at a bar at night, though.
Oh yeah, Warren. But check this out, Lauren.
Yeah.
You know, terrain follow is supposed to be coming to it's coming to, or it came to, or it's in the firmware update for the IMatrice 30. So they got a new update firmware for the IMatrice 30.
Really?
That's supposed to bring terrain follow to the IMatrice 30. So I guess now with the IMatrice 30, while conducting oblique photography,
yes,
and linear flight, you can follow and can stay at the same height above ground.
that's a great feature.
Yes, in other words, what it's something that I understand. Well, I know it was in a feature that was in the Phantom 4 Pro.
Yes.
It's funny, and it's funny because, like I said this to you years ago, the Phantom 4 Pro seemed like this the test bunny for all of the features that they came out and improved later on and put it into other drones. And I said this a couple of weeks ago. There was a question that was asked, why don't DJI have a one drone solution like the Phantom 4 Pro that you can use for almost anything?
Right.
And the answer to that question was that DJI makes more money piecemealing out all of the features that's in it. But here we go now with a big $10,000 drone getting terrain follow, and it has been improved since it was in the Phantom 4 Pro. But now
I'm sure with the better sensors.
Yeah, exactly. It's been improved, but it was a feature that was found in that drone. And the way it was used was maybe a little different than how it's being used in these drones now. But now it's featured, it's this firmware update. This drone it allows the drone to stay at the same height above the ground. So basically, like I know when guys are doing mapping, because this was something that I don't know. I mean, if it's really that necessary and for accuracy,
to use a $10,000 drone for mapping.
Well, I got questions about using this for that anyway. I wouldn't use this for mapping, but with looking at how it worked with guys would like it for mapping, like if you're starting here, say like at one point at say 250 feet, right, above the ground, right? Let's say 250 feet, and as you travel out the valley or it drops into a valley, now you're no longer 250 feet above ground.
True.
You understand? So the drone will automatically adjust to the 250 feet altitude that it needs to be to stay at the same.
To keep that same distance for
so no matter what
mapping.
The terrain is, so if the terrain goes up, it will stay. So if the terrain is going up, the drone will stay at that altitude to keep the same height above ground. So you understand what I'm coming from?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Warren says
that's a great feature.
Warren said, you know why it's a good feature? Because specifically, like you said, for mapping or doing that 3D model, I think each and every drone should have terrain follow. Not the smaller ones, but from the Mavic 3 up.
Well,
and maybe even the Air 2S.
Well, see, but even with this, I understand it because if, like, say you're doing search and rescue missions and you're flying,
Warren, later.
You're flying a grid pattern or whatever with it to do, you can achieve the same with it and have the same accuracy. Because keep in mind, the further you are away from the ground, the less accurate you are.
Yeah, of course.
The harder it is to see. That's why when you talk about mapping and you mention this drone, in spite of the fact that it has 48 megapixels, it only has a half-inch sensor on the cameras, right? On the CMOS sensor.
Yes.
So you might not want to use that.
That is right, Bob Casey. So if you're making a 3D model or you're mapping something and you need to stay at 200 feet AGL, as the terrain changes, it will maintain to stay at that 200 AGL, even if you're going up a hill, which is the main purpose for it. And that helps for optimum, like Herman said, optimum data collection.
You keep the same accuracy in your data throughout the entire flight. Now, when I say, I don't know, you guys understand what I mean, oblique photography, meaning like aerial, where you're looking at a 45-degree angle where you can see the top of and the side of. Same like what you're doing in an inspection for a pole or when you want to do an inspection for a pole, is what is somewhat that kind of a shot. So you get the top, the side of the pole, and
Not a stripper pole, huh?
no, if you want to get a shot on the stripper pole, you need to be underneath it.
Not so she can come crashing to the ground on me.
No, not that close.
I've seen those videos.
Not that close.
Okay, I got you.
I got the big zoom. You can get the zoom out.
Yeah, see, the zoom does come in handy. Zoom does.
That no, you do yeah, that's what I mean with that now. And like linear flight, like if you're doing, say, like a road or stretch of pipes or something like that, that's where those type of things come in handy. Especially like let's say you're following something on a road, and that road goes up and down. That road, you need to stay at that same height. Like I said, if you're doing search and rescue, you want to stay at a certain height above the ground. When the ground changes, the height will go up, the drone will go up and down.
With all the obstacle avoidance, that shouldn't be too hard.
Right.
With 360 obstacle avoidance,
right?
And you think about it, even without 360 obstacle avoidance, those sonic sensors that they use on the bottom that DJI is famous for, going back to the Phantom series, they still use them for a reason. Sonic works through.
Yeah, the same sensors all over the place.
Right, but the sonic sensors on the bottom, there's a reason that they use sonic sensors. That sound bounces back a lot better than different other sensors that they have. The DJI birds have never been too well over water. They've never held too.
They kind of
yeah. But the sensors have gotten better. The sensors have gotten better on all their birds.
You haven't taken your
Don't even ask. Hey Scott, what's up? Jackrabbit.
Jackrabbit was going. No, seriously. When you get the Mavic 3 out over the water, you're like, what are you doing?
View Chaser has a question.
What are you doing?
I do not know because I do not own a Mavic Mini, but from what I know about the weight of he's asking, can a Mavic Mini hold a DJI Action 2? Has anyone tried it? And I'm going to go back to say I do not own a Mini.
I don't know.
But knowing the weight of the Action 2, I know how much that weighs roughly, and I know the weight of the Mavic Mini. It would put a strain just on the motors.
On the original Mini?
Yes. So if you're thinking about it,
I don't know.
And if it's a very short flight, you might pull it off, but you're seriously going to put a strain on the motors because you're almost doubling the weight of the drone. That the motors are actually optimum flying at a certain weight. You're passing that weight. It might take off, it might not, but I can definitely guarantee you're going to burn those motors out.
You know what? I like the Mini 2 and the Mini 3 Pro.
Yeah.
But if you look at them compared to, like, say, the Air 2S or say the Mavic 3 or even the Phantoms and all those drones that are out there in the past, it is so toy-like, it's not funny. The motor looks like a little piece of a can with a.
You know how the doll houses have those little Campbell soup cans, on the shelves? Yes, exactly. The Action 2 is tiny, yes, but the Action 2, I don't know the weight of the Action 2, but just off the top of my head, I'm thinking it's got to weigh close to drones. It's got to weigh close to or very close to the weight of that Mini.
Probably.
That's why I know. Just thinking off the top of my head, it sounds like you'd burn the motors off if you
You
hovered
can
for
find
about.
out the weight. You can find out the weight of both of them just by going to their online site. But I think that as I saw guys putting it on FPV drones, and I just look at this. You can put the friggin' mini on a damn FPV drone and probably still take off with it.
Well, I have questions. How much does the DJI Mini 2 weigh? The Mini 3 Pro,
Right,
but the Mini
try
weight.
that.
I'm trying the Mini, the weight of the Mini, 249 grams. Okay, now how much is the Action 2? Excuse me. How
200
much
grams.
does the DJI Action 2 weigh? And I have a one-click solution right here. I'll tell you right now, 2 ounces, 56 grams. So now,
okay,
you have a drone that's
I'd be
capable
able
of
to.
a drone that's capable of flying at 250 grams with the wind, in the wind. The motors are already working to keep it in place. If you add another 56 grams, you might be able to pull it off, but honestly, I would do a
Okay.
30-second test.
What's the
Attach
difference?
it to the drone, and
You got to
have
find out
let it
the
hover.
difference. The difference in the battery
Yep.
from the Mini to the Mini 2. That'll give you a rough idea of whether or not it can happen, because I think it's the same damn drone, but
I do too. But I would highly suggest. Go ahead. I would highly suggest
the camera out.
that you do a 30-second hover. And what I mean by, we do this in FPV. When we take off, we hover for a few seconds and we land to feel the motors. If the motors are getting warm after 30 seconds, something's not right. I would do a 30-second hover, feel the motors. If they're still cool, do a 1-minute hover. After that 1-minute hover, you could probably fly if the battery lasts 10 minutes.
Battery.
Yeah. It might work. You might be able to pull it off. You should keep us posted and let us know what happens. Hey, what's up, Bill? How are you, man? Hope all is well. Happy hump day to you.
You'll find out when the GoFundMe go up.
When the GoFundMe goes up?
Yeah.
I'll stick to, well, yeah, do a 30-second test.
Wow.
Do a 30-second test on it. 30 seconds is not going to burn it out. Okay.
Remember, Lawrence told you this.
But if the field of motors, hey, Leonard, each and every one of the motors after that 30-second test. Okay.
JSK.
And I don't mean a 30-second test at 200 feet. Just hover it off the ground and let it hover and get 30 seconds. Aloha over in Hawaii Sky Control Productions. Welcome to the live stream, guys.
Lawrence told you that.
Hey, it's the safe way.
Yeah,
It's safe. It's better than taking it out and trying it in the wind. You'll get an idea if it's struggling or not, if those motors are warm. What's up, Leonard? How are you? Hope all is well.
But if you remember in that video, they were showing you how they actually were using that that IMatrice 30.
Yeah.
For this.
Yes. And but that update, did you go through the list of things that they fixed?
No.
Okay.
I was just more interested in the fact that they got that feature because of the fact that they got that feature.
Well, this update
I was surprised that it didn't have it originally.
Well, this not only that terrain follow feature, but they've added a bunch of things. They fixed the angle shot. Smart low light mode is available for fixed angle shot. Added support for terrain follow. We knew about that. The ability to execute flight tests during flight for fast and efficient execution at the location. Added ability to take off faster, I'm guesstimating. The ability to set takeoff altitude for flight test.
Okay.
Let's see what else. Something they did with the DJI.
Well, see, that would help them with that. That would help a lot with what we're talking about with the terrain follow, because if you're setting an altitude, like I said, if you find a mission, and you want to search a specific area, you can set up a mission to fly that area.
Exactly.
And that area you can have the drone at that height, and if the ground dips, if the goes into a valley or it raises, the drone can stay at the same consistent height over ground, no matter where it is.
Right. That's okay. That's what's up. Well, I'd like to see it in action. Anything they add new to drones, I want to see.
Doing a search and rescue, or you're searching an area to see what you can find, or people, if you can find people in that area. The drone, you just monitor and just look at the monitor, make sure the drone is good,
doing what it's supposed to do.
Right, all of the vital signs are good on your telemetry. And watch what the drone is doing, and you glance up. You got a spotter looking at the drone. You can and you make sure that the people on the members of that team that's getting the feed of it can see if the drone picked up anything down on the ground.
Right. Well, good. I think if I pay $10,000 for a drone, it should have terrain follow as well. I think if I paid $1,500 for a drone, it should have terrain follow as well. So these are features that remember you mentioned earlier in the live stream how DJI doesn't create the ultimate drone. They give you the ultimate drone in bits and pieces in different drones.
Well, that's true.
Yeah, that's what they do.
They make more money selling you all of the features that were in those guys.
Yeah. Hey, Leonard, when are we going to see some pictures? I want to see some videos from your trip, man. I want to see some stuff.
Where'd he go?
You guys, real quick.
Where'd he go?
He went away somewhere, and I saw he had took a couple of pictures. Where did you go? Where did you go, Leonard? There was a couple of weeks back or whatever, if I'm correct. But I always like to see people go on trips, and I wonder if they took their drone with them. Because I understand you're trying to take a cruise, and they're not having it. They're not having it. But that's crazy.
I don't get it. I mean, there are certain cruise lines that will allow you, and
they will lock your drone down.
Here's the crazy part about that. I even told them that I was so I could provide if you need to see, and they said no.
Yeah, even though you're responsible,
right,
individual.
Even if you wanted to hold it till we got to port, and okay, but you know what? You know what I said?
What?
Sorry.
No, I don't blame you. I hope so, Gary. I hope so that you are taking your drone to.
I'll book with the other guy.
What happened here?
What happened?
I'm looking at this window and it's not doing what it's supposed to be doing.
Well, check this out, Lawrence.
Yeah.
I was flipping through the pages. It's funny flipping through the pages though. I was on the computer the other day, and I was reading some articles. SkyAngel, right? SkyAngel Air Ambulance adds PAL V flying car. Remember the PAL V flying car to its fleet?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, SkyAngel. It's a UK-based medevac company. Well, they have announced that they have a partnership with PAL V for the use of the Liberty flying car. Now, I don't know if you've seen the Liberty flying car, but it combines
it combines and I'm pulling up the picture. I'm pulling up the picture now.
It basically
There we go.
combines the specs of an aircraft with the physical mobility of a traditional automobile. That's basically what it is.
Well, that's this vehicle right here.
Right. The PAL V, they will be will see its use as a first response vehicle.
Okay, so now we'll have flying ambulances.
Right. Well, pretty much what this is for, and from what I'm understanding from what they're saying about it,
Yeah.
that this will allow paramedics and doctors to be able to get to certain disaster areas and stuff like that faster, so they could be more efficient in the saving of lives with this thing.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know what the hell. Like, remember I told you before with how bad guys drive on the road? Well, if they drive that bad, it's only more than likely to believe that they fly like shit too. So when they start crashing their flying cars, they're gonna need something like this to fly in there and help get them to safety.
Hey, I found it.
What?
Dun, 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 the Sky Angel. Here's the flying car.
I sent you the video.
Yeah, but I.
Oh, but yeah, they're adding the PAL V flying car, Sky Angel, to their fleet.
And this thing will be an ambulance.
Yeah, it's like they want to be able to get, like I said, paramedics and doctors on the scene faster so they can be more efficient in the saving of lives. Not this little funny thing here.
All right, well, let's see this damn thing in the air. I'm interested. If it was an eVTOL, I would be behind it, but it looks like a fixed wing.
Well, it's a car. It can be driven in the street like a car. Well, you know what I got a problem with this? Renault tried something like this, didn't they? That's why I don't think they have any more of them in the States.
Well, it's a three-wheeler, and supposedly
I would not drive that. I could see that shit making a turn and then you got to get out so it can upright itself while you're like up against the glass like this.
Stop.
Trying to tip it back up.
Okay, so you unfold the giant prop on top. You turn it's a hexcopter.
That thing is so tiny inside there. I
don't
know how many doctors they plan on getting on the scene. Maybe they're like some first, like straight out of school. Because I don't know, some of the doctors that I've had after some good living, they ain't fitting in there.
Right. You're 100% right about that. It's a good idea, but if they made it a true eVTOL,
it wouldn't be a car then.
That's true. That's true. You wouldn't be able to drive it.
The idea of it is not to be able to hamper either one of the two of their features.
Right. To be able to drive and fly.
Yeah.
Well, they showed from what this video, they've only showed a CGI, so I was hoping to get to see it, and they actually showed a working model unfold, and driving on the road. Well, I guess they need to get that certification.
Well, I don't know. Let's see. What do they do?
But it's
more
interesting.
On it, but
it's interesting. You guys can look at the video in more detail.
I just thought it was a little cute thing.
Hey, Chris, what's up, man? How are you?
It wasn't all that. It was just, a little something. I mean, it was.
Thank you, Jack. You see what what those guys are great guys. Got to meet them last year. I'm sorry.
Thank you, Jack.
I'm sorry we won't be able to make it this year, but I'm sure you guys will have a great time. Chris, no driving and texting, but we appreciate you stopping by.
If you got
Drone Life RC.
If you
He's
got
here.
voice to text,
What happened?
if you have voice to text, it'll work.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Maybe.
true. That's true.
It's like mine. You'll be saying all kind of weird shit in the chat.
Uh-huh. Right. Like last night, I went out for dinner and ate a car. You know? Yeah, voice to text, speech to text. They need to work on it.
Yeah,
But the phone does get smarter
you
eventually.
know, my phone can't spell command.
Really?
Nope.
It'll put common.
No.
What? What does
ND.
it do? Huh?
ND.
Really?
Yeah, I'll show you the next time when I see you.
I'm coming over. I'll be over there tomorrow.
It
I'll be over
can't.
tomorrow.
It cannot write the word command.
Well, anyway, I want to know, do you guys think this picture right here, it's supposed to be their SkyAngels
Would you get one?
ambulance, an ambulance for doctors to get on scene, paramedics or whatever. I want to see a working version. I've seen the prototype.
You've seen it work, the car.
No. We saw it drive. We didn't see it fly.
You never seen it fly?
No, that video did. I don't think that video showed them flying. Let me go back to the video. He unpacks it. They show
have
here.
a video
here.
where it flies.
Here
bro.
we go. Here we go. This is the only part of the video where they show it was supposed to be flying. Oh, you got it on screen. I got it on screen already. I'm still sharing. Okay. Here, watch. Right here. Okay. I don't see it flying.
Yeah,
I see
here we go.
something taking off. I see something taking off, but I don't see it flying. You understand what I'm saying?
You didn't see it. You didn't see it flying.
No. They did.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Let me ask you a question. When you put out a video, right? Even when you do a screen share, how do we know you're flying? All we just see is what the drone is seeing, right? How do you want him to take a picture of himself and it?
They usually have a drone following it or a helicopter or something.
That's not safe.
They still need the clearance to land.
Saw it going down the runway with the shot that he had from his phone.
You see what Sky Control put? He says they still need clearance to land, thus not making it any different from a helicopter. Yeah. It's you have a right. If there's an accident somewhere, okay. We're landing.
Being is that it is an emergency vehicle. I am almost positive they will operate on an open COA where they can operate this thing and not have to constantly keep seeking clearance.
Oh yeah. They probably. My thing is
because it would be ineffective if they did that.
If they cleared the sky.
It's just like if you work for the fire department and you got to send your drone up in a zero altitude. I think that would rather you save the lives than to worry about the ceiling.
Yeah. I understand totally. I do understand totally that, Scott. I called you Scott.
Who, me?
Yeah, I called you Scott. I don't know. I got tech support on the brain. Wow. We have not done one drop, man. Sponsors are gonna just leave.
Oh, you know what? I mean, I just drank the.
I know. It's gonna have to wait.
Well, we could do it now.
Yeah, I got my frosty cup turned my beer to slush.
I don't know what to tell you. You might have to get a. I mean, it's a nice cup. It was the New York Yankees too.
Yes, man. Yes, courtesy of tech support.
All right.
Tech support, we salute you. And we will miss you. So we're going to do a throttle? Come on, let's go. I need some liquor.
So you already had enough.
No, I need some liquor.
No, but Wednesday night with those guys is sponsored by those guys.
We appreciate you.
I ain't shooting that whole thing. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, I hear you.
That was I don't no seriously. I find these stories. When I find these things, and I bring them up because not only do I believe that the world is changing, and we talk about these things a lot, Lawrence. We've been talking about drones now for more than
3 years.
On YouTube,
Yeah,
but we've been talking drones for more than 6 years.
true.
And we've always talked about how the government, the world, everything is using us to test certain things. And I think that the world is changing when it comes to drones, because the government has always had drones, but they weren't of this magnitude. They were just these big machines that they had up in there for whatever they used them for in the government to do whatever they did. And then they had their smaller drones to do certain things. Because I've seen military drones before. I've even owned a drone that were in that same size, but was some real sophisticated shit. And by the time I was able to own my own drone and stuff like that, I had seen it for years, and it's always something that was very, very expensive to get into. So I say this to say, I think that from us, and we've always talked about how safe the hobby has been for how long? For years. And the fact that we've flown without any fatalities for years, even with the incident with a couple of, with the helicopter here in Staten Island.
Yeah, the guy who hit the helicopter in Staten Island.
If you go back and you check out the amount of accidents that have happened with drones and manned aircraft.
Manned aircraft is winning.
No. I'm talking about crashes that took place between manned aircraft and drones.
Okay.
From what I know, the majority of them were law enforcement.
Okay. Yes.
Well, it was two in Canada with law enforcement.
Yep.
And I know of another one here in the States that happened with law enforcement. So, I don't know. You can't tell somebody else how to fly a drone if you don't know what you're doing.
This is true. This is very, very true. What's up, Charlie? Hope all is well with you.
I'm just saying that if I've seen those cases where that was the situation.
Well, it's funny you talk about that, because the FAA, and I have them on YouTube, I have them on LinkedIn, I have them on Facebook. Today they held a hearing about all of the near misses that are happening as of late. They had it today. As of late,
near misses with what, plastic bags and stuff like that?
At local airports. Oh, Gary's flying. Now, the closest incident that we didn't hear about was there was a plane over in LA that two planes, while one was taking off and another was landing, because this seemed to be a pattern, but they came within 200 to 300 feet of each other.
Yeah, because everybody knows what the hell they're doing.
And I got the alert from YouTube, and I went to go check it out, and I've been flying drones for 6 years, and our stats are way better than yours. I shouldn't have, but I put it in the chat. I got a few chuckles from some people, and I guess there were a few that didn't appreciate it. What time are you supposed to arrive, Gary? He's flying down Friday morning and flying back Monday morning.
Okay.
Okay.
You got a long flight, huh, Gary?
Yeah, that's like, wow.
Just hope that the weather is not bad before you leave, because Lawrence and I.
Stop.
That
was the worst. Oh my God.
Last year, because of the bad weather the night before and all of the flights being delayed and everything, our flight I left kind of on time, But we had this. We were circling and circling for how long was that?
We
flight?
it
The
was supposed
6 hour
to be
flight.
it was supposed to be a 2.5 hour to 2.5 hour flight, correct, Herman?
Something to that effect. And it
Something
was
to that
like
effect. And we
6
were there
hours or more.
for 6 hours. They even
We
ran
had to
out of
go.
fuel.
We had to go someplace else and fuel up and come back.
We were supposed to, it was the violent thunderstorms that were down there, remember? Ron got put on the plane, they got on the runway and canceled the flight from the runway and brought it back to the terminal. And we made it out a few flights before him. And we circled around the Gulf of Mexico over Miami, a few areas, a few times before we landed in
What was that?
where we
In
were.
West Palm Beach, we circled, and then we had to
What a
go to
hour
Tampa
flight.
and come back.
6 hours. And then on top of it, they said, well, we're landing to refuel. We're not, hey, Big Matt, we are not letting
Big
anyone off
Matt.
the plane. Had they let us off the plane while they refueled, people would have been like, ah. But we had to sit on the plane while they refueled. And he says, as we're near finishing our refueling and we'll be taxied onto the runway. 6 hours. Hey, little Laura, I'm sorry, I didn't see. For 6 hours, we were in that plane. And
Little Mama Laura.
it was crazy. Gary says he'll be landing about 9:30 and pick up a rental around 11. He's picking up Beaushark at the airport.
Oh, okay. Well,
Stewart,
you know what? What was that one rental car company they had down there in Florida? Oh man, I didn't see anybody.
Jack's
Huh?
are up.
You stupid. No, I didn't see anyone going to that counter.
Yeah.
No one. It's like, yo, two guys with two cars. Hey, over there. Hey, we got cars.
Yeah. Well, we got a cab. We got a cab from the airport. It was almost $100.
They got two guys with two cars. Yeah, we got cars. Don't worry about it. We got cars.
Right, just two guys with two cars. But
Listen,
it was the only bad experience about our trip to South Florida. It was right. I had a good time meeting everyone, get a chance to fly with everyone.
Well, I mean, it was a lot of mingling going on and not much flying. It's funny. The meetup lasted just long enough because the weather, as soon as we were all packed up, the weather just went, see you guys later. I'm coming down.
And right, it started downpouring. If you remember, me, Drone Worship, Greg's Whirlybird, and Drone Worship's boy, we broke off to that peninsula behind you guys, and we looked back and said, oh shit, they're getting rained on. Let's fly. And we flew as much as we could, and on my video you could actually see it just started raining. And
we was already packed up.
Yeah, actually, you guys were already packed up and headed back to the hotels.
Actually, that's why I got this last year.
Yes. The winner of a Mini 2 at South Florida Drone Meetup. Hey, Marcel, what's good, man? How are you, brother? Big Matt, what's good? Hope all is well.
Yeah, last year I won it down at the
South Florida Meetup.
Yeah. So guys, if you guys are going, on, most of you guys I know, if not all of you guys are going, you're gonna have a good time down there. And there's a lot more people going this year than last year. So I can't wait to see the pictures and the videos. I wish I could have made it. I would have done a hell of a video. You say the bow shot? Oh, damn. Nobody want to see Gary. I want to see bow shot.
Yeah. I want to see some Beaushark footage. I'm sure he's bringing his clown makeup.
I'm quite sure he's not leaving his A game at home.
Yeah.
That dude got some jokes that'll make you like, okay. But the FDNY drone program. You know what, Lawrence? From the floor of the National Public Safety UAS conference, these gentlemen, Michael Wall and Michael Leo and Kevin O'Malley, there are members of one of the best, if not the best, public safety department in the world, the FDNY. They spoke on some things at the National Public Safety UAS conference, and they discussed the lessons that they learned on building a drone program and flying here in New York City. And despite of what we mentioned, like all of the challenges that they face with flying a drone in the city, in the urban environment,
Right.
like you mentioned, the issues with GPS signal and
GPS multipathing, yes.
yeah, and that's one of the biggest issues that they worry about and face with this. But they actually, one of the things I was surprised that they mentioned this, that like I said, despite the challenges of flying in the city, they give support overhead at accident, or not accidents, but at major fires with drones in the air, and at their major fires throughout the city. I don't know if how many other cities around the country are doing this, but what is it? This guy, Captain Michael Leo.
Yeah.
He's the director of the NY, of the FDNY's Special Operations Command Robotics Division. And Michael Wall and Kevin O'Malley happen to be veterans in the fire department with the FDNY. And they are, like I said, they're firefighters, but they are UAS pilots within that division, because it's not really a big team. I think, it's a team of 14 people.
Correct.
And,
we actually got to meet 3 of these guys.
We actually met Joe Cruz and his crew.
This is Joe Cruz right here.
Yeah, that's Joe Cruz. He's a nice guy. Lawrence was all up in their business.
I'm sorry.
We got to hang out with them because we actually went to fly when they went to fly, and
they were there when we got there.
Yeah,
right?
they were there already, testing out the IMatrice 300.
Yep.
This happened actually when we met them, was over in the
These are the gentlemen right here. Yeah,
these are the guys from the FDNY. But they are actually they are looking for new members of this team to put onto this team. And it's funny because they're saying that they want experienced firefighters, people with at least like 10 years experience probably in the fire department, that have some
experience fighting fires.
Well, yeah, but they also want people who are passionate about getting into flying drones, and not so much about a guy who already is flying drones that just wants to fly drones and wants to come into the fire department.
Right.
They're looking for guys within the fire department that, they need people who will be able to mesh with their team and work well with others. Because it's a small unit. It's not a very large unit, and they have to train as firefighters and also keep up on their knowledge and their training with using these drones.
True. So
they're actually training and flying, and then have to fly for fires. I wasn't able to get their promotional video that they have, but they do have a promotional video.
Yeah, I'm trying to pull it up, but the wheel is buffering.
Oh,
I'm wondering. Yeah, oh, wow.
But
that wasn't supposed to happen.
What? Oh,
it just shut down the whole window.
Well, I don't know what's happening with you and them.
Dude, I need to take a mallet to this computer and just start from scratch.
It might be Zoom.
Zoom has been acting funny since I've been trying to show videos and stuff like that.
Right.
That's a very strong possibility.
But
It's what it is.
Michael Walls was saying that choosing people, they want people with good personality. People that, they don't want the guy that's gonna come to work and sit over in the corner every day. Oh, it's time to work. Okay, let's go to work. They want guys that's gonna get involved and talk. Guys there's good people that mesh well with others. Because like I said, it's a small group.
Yeah.
They don't have 100 people on this team. It's not like a regular unit.
Here we go.
To stuff all over the city.
Here we go. I got it.
And as you see,
video back.
Unit 2.
Yes, that particular unit we met. What park was that?
That was over at Kaiser Park. Well, no, not Kaiser Park. That was at McCarran Park.
McCarran Park, yes.
McCarran Park.
But this is the kind of stuff these guys do, the drone units. They go up, they look at hot spots, they switch between thermal and it's a complex job, but they are hiring. Like they said, they are looking for people from the fire department with the little.
Oh, what happened to you, Lawrence?
Me.
Oh, Lawrence, what happened?
Zoom just quit on me.
Oh.
It just told me not to share this. So I'm sharing it again. But anyway, they get to the point.
Share it?
It said stop sharing.
Really?
Yeah. It stopped. It kicked me. So I don't know, Zoom is editing, but this is what a thermal fire looks like. This is a hot spot. And if you notice right here, you see this is getting worse. This may be a hole getting ready to burn through. But if there were actual firemen up here, I'm going to pause it. Maybe that'll stop.
Like that's already burning through on the other side.
Oh, all of this is burned through. That's collapsible. They wouldn't put a fireman up there. But this started small.
Right.
Hold on. Let me go back
and with
here.
the drone up there, they can tell them that.
Right. Now, this is the smoke. You only see the smoke here. But as they switch, notice the size of this right here. As it plays through, it slowly starts burning more. So I guess if there were firemen up here with hoses, they would say behind you, this area right here. So you do have to have some experience flying drones. It's
funny.
And you'd have to know, have to know about thermal and other
right
modes that
it's funny that you say that, because they require the like I said, they're looking for people roughly around a 10-year experience in firefighting. And they want them to go and get a Part 107. Because that shows that they have some interest in this. Now they have a 5-day training that they do initially when they first come in.
Right.
In flying the drones, because they also have to have training in interpreting the thermal.
Yes, you can. You can't go there.
It's a lot.
It would be good to have some experience flying, knowing how to read thermal and other different modes that the drone has. I wouldn't suggest going from flying your Mavic 3 or your Mini and I'm here to get a job for the fire department. It's not that simple.
It doesn't work like that. You gotta be a fireman.
Yeah.
That'd be fine. But
definitely.
I don't know. Did you show your picture, Lars, that you was
Oh, the only picture that I had was this
the mobile unit.
Oh, the one I got up close. Hold on a second. I have it here. I have it here. It's just I have to go to this for some reason. It didn't want to import with the files you had sent, but I do have it here because I remember it being in this area. Wait a minute. Where the hell? Now it's not here? Where the hell? What the
What?
freak is Oh.
Go to Messenger.
I have it here it was only one picture, live stream pics. Here it is. Here it is. For some reason it didn't open up. But this was I didn't want to switch that. Yeah, right here. Fire department robotics.
The third one over.
It was fire department robotics. Let's close that down and move
Was it the
this.
third one over here?
Yeah, I couldn't show it this way. I would have to shut this down,
Two
shut that,
yeah, mug.
and go here.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Screen sharing has stopped as the shared window is closed. Why am I getting these stupid freaking messages?
They don't like you.
Yeah, well, all right. It is what it is. All right. I'm not trying. Looks like a six-pack field kit to identify the suspect. What's up, Draymond? How are you, man? Hope all is well.
Raymond,
How you guys
Raymond,
doing over
what's
there
good?
digging out all that snow?
What snow?
He's in San Bernardino. They had a couple
Oh, I
of feet of
thought
snow.
he asked you about snow. I was gonna say,
Oh no, that's right. What snow? We don't have any snow.
we don't get that.
Yeah.
We don't get that. We've been in shorts and flip flops all year.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine?
Can you imagine that though? You moved to California, and because of the global warming, the weather flips from coast to coast.
Right. We turn into California, and they
Yes.
turn into the East Coast.
Because New York will stick you up to come back.
That's crazy. Draymond says he's keeping dry. How are the trees and all that stuff holding up over there, man?
Let New York have good weather all year round. That'd be $5,000 to get a studio. You crazy for a week?
Herman, the average one-bedroom apartment in Brooklyn right now,
It's
3,500. 3,500 average one-bedroom apartment in Brooklyn. And I only know because there was a politician complaining about it on TV this morning.
He's a bum. He can't do nothing about it. He ain't gonna do nothing about it. He loves it like that.
Thanks, Leonard, for checking us out. You have a great evening.
He only complaining because he can't get out of his mother and father's house. That's the guy who actually is in charge of that.
I know. And he can't find an apartment himself.
Right. Get the hell out of here.
That's sad. That's sad.
That's why I said the best way to find an apartment in New York City is still the same best way to find an apartment. Always will be the best way to find an apartment in New York City. It might sound cynical, but it is real.
Really?
Most places in New York, depending on where you are, because of the age of the city and a lot of the buildings, they're rent stabilized. So if you know somebody that's elderly or somebody that's about to
pass,
let them put you on their lease. So that way you got first crack at the apartment.
Wow.
And you don't have to pay that big astronomical.
That price jump, right? Because as soon as they clear out that apartment, it's going to the thousands.
No. If it's rent stabilized, he can
true.
a certain percentage on a vacated lease.
Right.
Once that rent reaches $2,700, he can take it out by renovating the apartment, and then that's it. He can market value.
Sky's the limit. Sky's the limit. That's sad.
Yeah. If you never watched The Odd Couple,
Uh-huh.
isn't that what they said on The Odd Couple? When Felix asked Oscar, "How'd you get this apartment?"
Mm-hmm.
I could get it like everybody else did. I found somebody.
I waited for a relative to die.
Waited for somebody that was ready to kick the bucket, and I got the apartment. First dibs on the apartment.
You're right. It's sad, but it is a little cynical. I must agree. That is a little cynical, but it is what it is. No? Yeah.
It's not my fault. It's just how the circumstances are.
Right now, Sky Control Productions, a one-bedroom apartment in Brooklyn, the average price is $3,500. So it's $1,200 in Hawaii, or a studio, one room.
You can still get an apartment out here for that kind of money.
Well, it's going to be a closet. Stevie Bronx, what's good, man?
Stevie, see, I bet you Stevie know. All you gotta do is get somebody that's about to kick the bucket, got a rent stabilized apartment, get on that lease. When they pass, you keep the apartment.
You're right. You're right about that.
That's how you do it. Oh, so you're gonna pay that rent, man. You're gonna pay it. And in New York, don't it? New York is like, yo, bend over, bro. Let's go. They don't care. No grease, bro.
Sad.
Sand.
Sad. It is sad.
We
Hey,
using
Stevie, you
sand, no
going to the
grease.
South Florida drone meetup? Quick question. You
I
heading
know
down to
Stevie gonna
Florida,
be down
man?
there.
Huh?
I know Stevie gonna be down there. Stevie is everywhere.
Yeah, he
Stevie
does
is everywhere.
does
But
his share of
Lawrence,
traveling.
you remember back on November 23rd. I don't know if you remember exactly, but November 23rd on Wednesday night with those guys, 179. We
Yeah.
talked about Archer and how they
Flying from Jersey to New York, I
yeah
remember.
they ganged up with they ganged up with your favorite people there, United Airlines.
Mm-hmm.
That'll fly you around West Palm Beach 6 hours.
Ah, man. That was the flight from hell.
Who's that?
And I didn't get no increase in my frequent flyer miles for that bullshit either. 2.5 hour flight turned in 6 hours. Felt like Gilligan's Island. 3 hour cruise. 3 hour cruise.
No, seriously. On a serious note, Archer, right? Is near completion of their first midnight eVTOL. So Archer announced that they were, like I said, near final, the finale on the assembly of the first production midnight eVTOL.
Yeah, I have a photo. Keep going.
Yeah, the company reports that all major you ready? Oh, you got it. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is minus the motors. The motors are not on, but this is the final production.
Right, because they basically have the entire the machine's fuselage, wing, and empennage all intact, right?
Yeah.
And one thing that they claim is more significant with the fact that this thing is, they have it all intact, but Midnight's wiring, electronics, and their flight control system actuator and additional systems, they've all been successfully installed.
Oh, so all they gotta do is attach the motors and
Right. And fire the fuck up, because they say that they're scheduled for flight tests on this thing on the Midnight for mid 23. So this year.
really,
Yeah,
that's next year. So,
no,
but
this year. This year.
I listen.
Mid 23. Mid 23, they say.
Okay, summer.
So what they're going to be, right? So what they're going to be utilizing this thing here primarily is for intercompany ground and flight tests for the advancement of their the vetting for their type certification for
Yeah.
the FAA. Archer is they intend, right now they're actually working on building new parts for the Archer aircraft, because their intention is to build 6 of them for the initial for the initial company accredit testing for the FAA's support for Midnight's certification. So they're planning on building 6 of them just for this. And this is all going to take place where they manufacturing and they're going to be testing it in San Jose, California. And they plan for their test flights and everything for this thing to be conducted early 24.
Well, that's what's up, because I would love to be in Brooklyn and see an eVTOL like the Midnight coming from Jersey, headed over towards
not me, because
lower Manhattan.
Because if I'm over there, the only one I'm gonna hear from the controller is manned aircraft. Please
Approaching.
fly cautiously.
Yeah, manned aircraft approaching. Yeah, you're right.
So,
Stevie was saying the first South Florida drone meetup, the first one, he confirmed the Wednesday before the meetup. Actually, he announced it on our stream. Let's see, we've done so many streams back. Wow. Okay. 1 bedroom in Honolulu, so small, in Waikiki, 2,500 to 4,500. Yeah, sounds like New York.
Yeah, see? New York can make it over there, no problem.
Yeah, it's 2,500, 4,500, they'd laugh at that.
It's called working to live somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah,
like,
that's crazy.
No, you don't have to give me the check. Send it to the landlord.
Well, I'm impressed with the new paint job that they've given Archer.
Just pay me in fish heads and rice and send the check to the landlord.
and ramen, splitting the season package between 2 packs.
Like, yo, you're going to have to pay a dude how much money flipping burgers to live somewhere in New York City?
Yeah, right.
Oh, you got 10 burger flippers living in one apartment?
Yeah, for real. You said they do it now. You said I like this paint job. I agree with you, Herman.
Yeah, I like that. The way
it looks like a splatter, the little splatter effect.
To white?
Yeah. Yeah, so you can imagine you'd see this thing or hear it in the air and
not see it?
Well, they're going to have tail numbers here. They got to put, of course, they got to put ID numbers on the tail.
Of course. It's going to get numbers
right.
on it.
But I like it. They got everything working. All they have to do is install the motors on this.
Yep.
All the main components are in. They put a shell over this.
Everything's in. They just got to put the motor on.
And once you could see this actual flight, once you could see this flight, though, Herman, from Jersey to Lower Manhattan, because you remember we did the story that they will be doing flights from Newark Airport to
from United, from United's terminal,
right at Newark Airport.
Yeah, at Newark to Pier 6 in Manhattan.
That heliport, which is right by the Staten Island ferry. In fact, where that fool flew from that we encountered. I look forward to this. As those of you who live here in New York know, this heliport, right now it's a public heliport.
See that building right there?
Getting ready to show. Yeah.
The white one?
Yeah.
I worked on that building when that building needed to be
this one.
White. Yeah, that one. When that
this
building
one here.
No, the white
this one. Oh, the square one. Right? Okay.
One New York Plaza.
This one up here, the big skyscraper.
The one you're pointing to, that one, when after Hurricane Sandy, well, those buildings all lost power from Hurricane Sandy. We had to temp that building out.
Wow, you know this heliport. We know this heliport already.
We had to temp out that building to the street. We had power set up out on the street right there to feed the building.
Wow.
So that way we could put a new service in that building.
That's crazy.
And we moved it from the basement to the mezzanine of the building. So that'll never happen again.
Hey, U-Chaser says, anyone's interested in a Swan K1 Pro VTOL, hit them up.
Okay.
2 batteries and a smart controller. Listen, you never know. Somebody may pick it up. You should put it on Facebook.
Jump on it.
Facebook Marketplace.
Okay, yeah, or in the Facebook groups, if you're on Facebook.
Hey, Lake Pilot, what's up, man? Hope all is well.
I actually have seen some very good deals in the Facebook groups on stuff that guys bought, realizing it's not for them. They might got like 1 or 2 use out of it.
Right.
They want to get rid of, or the guy. I've seen guys have bought drones, and they like, I'm not buying this drone again. I crashed it. I'm selling the batteries and the controller. Yeah, I've seen some very good deals.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, if you put it up for cheap, somebody at the marketplace somebody will jump on it. Definitely, because people are cheap fuckers. You know, hey Frank Rizzo, anyway,
Hey,
it's
what's up,
almost that
Frank?
time. Almost. I as to what?
You know what? Like I said, I'm almost coming up on my 200 show.
Yes, yes. Pay attention, guys.
In 5 shows, 200. What are we
Hmm
gonna do on? Something a little different.
We need to.
I'm gonna do something a little
we
different.
should.
I'm gonna
I
do
believe
something
we
a little
should.
different. I'm gonna do something a little different. I'm thinking about going 24 hours around the clock. That's
Nah,
no, we're not gonna do that.
no, no, no.
No, but we're gonna do something a little different. I'm gonna have a couple of guests on, maybe.
Yeah, show number 200. It needs to be special.
Pop some champagne or something like that. A couple of videos.
Yeah, yeah, sure. Then let's see let's talk in the background and see who we can get to come on.
You know what though? I wanna feature some videos of some guys, because we always have we I wouldn't say we always, but every now and then we have some videos that get from guys out of nowhere. And these are videos from guys that are a lot of times are just starting out, and they get a Nevada, or that was the new drone, the newest thing that came out. Everybody wants to do a one shot because that's what everybody seems to be into now. It's either a one shot or a hyperlapse. Either a one shot or a hyperlapse. So if you got FPV, you're doing a one shot. If you got a camera drone, you're doing a hyperlapse. That's the new thing. That's the only 2 shots everybody knows now.
Yeah, yeah, I know. Hyperlapse or
orbits you play.
And it's funny because it's funny, Herman, because when I started flying FPV, everyone's like, yo, you gotta learn how to fly.
You was still hanging in there.
Yeah. Yeah, but everyone was like, yo, you gotta learn how to freestyle. And I was like, no, I don't. And now everyone that I know that freestyling is cruising. Yeah. Yeah. So
yeah.
I
remember when you first started driving, you started cruising. Then you got better behind it where you started speeding a little bit, right?
Yeah, and answer to Gary's question.
As you get older, you start cruising again.
Of course. And answer to Gary's question, what happened to Sunday nights with those guys? Well, for one, I was tired of doing live streams on Sunday and missing barbecues and birthday parties and sporting events, etc. So even though Sunday is an optimum time because most major holidays wind up on a Sunday, I decided we do not need 2 of the same show, 2 of the same live streams. And plus, you do a show Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday's here. You do a show Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday's here. Then it was freaking crazy, man. We didn't have a social life. Now we have a social life, and we can focus on jobs on Sunday as opposed to sitting here doing a live stream.
What it did for me was actually gave room for somebody else to ask me to do more shit.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I agree with you, Herman. Right.
That's all it did for me. So bring back the Sunday show.
No. We're not bringing back Sunday, man, because I think we're doing great on here. It's and this is a public service announcement, but it's fucked up how YouTube is treating you. Herman has not been monetized, and I've seen live streams.
Worrying about it.
Hold on, I've seen live streams come out of nowhere and get monetized. I don't know if they're paying for it or what, but I've seen people put in a lot less time and get monetized. And here you've been doing live streams for how many years? You can't tell me you haven't passed that benchmark.
Well, I've done 3 years of live streams, but I've put out videos at one point. when I got busy with football and a lot of stuff with the family and stuff like that, I just like, as far as videos are concerned, I've had some videos that I was working on. I'm like, I got things I have to take care of. And I would love to. I have stuff sitting there to review that I haven't reviewed.
Right.
So I don't
Right.
know.
Understandable. It's understandable. I listen. I like having my Sundays. I like being able to say, "Oh yeah, I don't have to set up for a live stream tonight." I like that.
Right.
I like being able to say Sunday I can watch something on TV or that's just how it is.
I don't know.
Hey Jody.
I just thought that with football season, it was a little rough because that was like, you remember you mentioned talking about sporting events, but like I said, I don't know. The 200 Wednesday night with those guys is coming up soon.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to do something a little different. I'm going to have a couple of people pass through.
And also, I'd like to point out, we have reached out to Flight Test to see, they're trying to get the drones the FAA to raise the weight of the drones to 1,000 to a kilogram.
Well,
and
they
stuff.
want to get Congress involved in.
Right. And I have reached out to Flight Test to have him on here and have yet to get a response. So I'm going to reach out to him one more time and ask, would he like to come on the live stream? If he responds or not, hey, we tried.
Okay.
With that, good night.
Oh, it's that time? Oh, yeah, it is that time. I guess there's
love to have him on to discuss. Yeah, Bad Batch and Mandalorian. You're damn right. I'm gonna be watching Mandalorian.
Oh yeah.
As soon as I get off of here.
There's a few things on tonight.
Brad Alston, how are you? What
and
happened?
there's a few things on television tonight. There's a few live streams on tonight. We'll be back again next week. And
if you can come up with any ideas, maybe we'll
hopefully we can get some good weather. But what I did want to say, while we do still have a few people in here, and there's gonna come a time where our airspace is gonna change, and some of the things that you hear here on this channel is going to become relevant in your lifestyle. So I don't know. I'm not saying I'm a guru or anything, but our airways are going to change. And I've been listening a lot to, I've been listening very closely to things that's been going on with the FAA from a lot longer than some of you guys. And I'm not trying to pull rank or anything, because I'm just one guy that flies drones that trying to do this for a living. But and I'm not talking about YouTube, but as far as this the whole drone thing, but whatever. I've been flying for quite some time. It's been a few years, and I've been listening for a few years. And whether you believe it or not, a change is coming. So when if you didn't hear it here, you'll eventually hear it from one of your messiahs.
True. Very true.
Then it'll become relevant and important to you. But like I said, there's other shows on tonight, man. I don't know if Jake Sloan is on later on. I don't know if anybody else is on. I don't know if Eddie and Dovo was on. I didn't see anything.
I think they skipped this week. I'm not sure.
Okay, because I think Dovo might be busy with something. But there's a few other live streams on tonight. Go check those guys out. See what's good. Tell them I said, what's up? And I'll see you guys next week. We appreciate you all for coming and hanging out with us.
Well, come up with some ideas for the 200th live stream.
Oh, yeah, we'll come up with some stuff. But if guys want to send us a video, feel free to send us a video.
Yeah, hit up Herman in his email. Send him a link. Maybe we'll show some stuff. Okay?
We'll throw your video up. But we're working on some stuff, and we'll see what's good for this 200 stream. We've got 5 more episodes, and we'll be there. But with that, like I said, we appreciate you all. We'll see you next week. And Wednesday night with those guys is sponsored
by
those
guys.
guys. See you later, guys. Have fun and enjoy the rest of your week and your weekend. See you next week.